All right, welcome to the Week 6 live stream from the B-Side Boys podcast. Tonight's stream is sponsored by Flat Property Solutions. Flat Property Solutions have all your outdoor needs in Central Iowa. Also, the West Des Moines Wombats Youth Rugby Academy. This summer, they'll be hosting a boys and girls youth academy opportunity. Make sure you check them out. We'll have their coach on later to talk about those opportunities. But up first, we have Valley against Southeast Polk. We'll get that started here shortly. We are at Bill Buxton Stadium at Indianola at Simpson College. So up first at 6:10, we're going to start with Southeast Polk against Valley. At 6:30, Fort Dodge against Ames. At 6:50, we will have the T3 Middle School Touch Rugby League semifinals. Then at 7:10, Denver against Columbus Catholic. 7:30, Fort Dodge JV against Valley JV. 7:50, we go back to T3 Touch Rugby, the middle school rugby. We will have the championship match. At 8:10, we'll have Indianola Senior Night. 8:20, Columbus Catholic against the host, Indianola. 8:40, Southeast Polk against Ames. 9 o'clock, Fort Dodge against Valley. And 9:20, we end with Denver against Indianola. As we get going here, this is week 6. It's the last week before the state playoffs. State playoffs this year for 2A. That will be in Cedar Rapids. This matchup first, we will have Valley, who's currently on the outside looking in. They are the 9 seed with a 4-5-1 record. They're going to face off against Southeast Polk. Earlier in the year, Valley lost to Southeast Polk by 12. It was 12-0, week 1. Southeast Polk currently is number 6 in the state with a record of 6-4. So Southeast Polk, they're going to be looking to improve their playoff seeding. Valley is doing everything they can to sneak into the playoffs. They're going to need some help ahead of them from some teams getting knocked out, but they got to take care of their own business. Later in the night, we'll see a rematch from last week, Valley against Fort Dodge. Fort Dodge also with the same record as Valley, same situation. You can kind of see right now a light rain is coming through. It's about 55 degrees, no wind, slight rain, makes the turf a little slick. Also, tonight they will be playing on the football lines due to the track being so close to the soccer lines. But we will get started here shortly. Thank you again for tuning in. Again, this is the B-Side Boys podcast. You can check it out every single week on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Middle school rugby semifinal will take place, and then at 7:50 the final. And this type of rugby is called T3 rugby, 2 tag or touch rugby.
All right, so we're about a minute away from kickoff. The rain is coming down a little bit harder now. Be interesting to see how these teams adapt. Interesting because week 1 we had the nicest weather all season, and each week I think it's gotten colder and more rainy and more windy each week, but we'll see how the boys adapt to it, how the coaches change their game plans. Last week until the state playoffs, a lot on the line, especially in this first matchup. We have matches in 2A and 1A. Again, we will get started here shortly. You can see Southeast Polk in the middle in the black. Valley in the white with the orange stripe. Hey. All right, so the referees are just getting things settled here before we get started. So we're just a couple of minutes away from the first match of the night. Valley against Southeast Polk. Again, Valley right now sitting at number 9. Top 8 teams make state. Southeast Polk sitting at number 6, trying to improve the standings to improve their seeding for the state tournament next week in Cedar Rapids at Mount Mercy College. Again, tonight's a special night because we will have 2A action, we've got 1A action, we've got JV, and we also have the middle school T3 Touch Rugby Championship tonight. So all sorts of levels of rugby. You can see some water sitting there on the field. Going to be a little slippery tonight. Should be some fun rugby though. You can see Fort Dodge down on this side in their stripes, warming up as well. Southeast Polk in the middle, Valley over here, and the rain is coming down. Glad we're in the press box. A couple weeks ago, we were at Urbandale, we were on snap. I would have It was like this today. Yeah, there's no shelter. I'm not. Nope. All right, and the rain is really coming down now. See the Valley team huddled up on the track. Let's see, really coming down, and our faithful fans there toughing it out. 15, but you can only have, 14 enter the match. All right, so we are underway. After the delay, Southeast Polk is moving. That ball's out. And we can already see the rain causing some miscues.
Interference is called. Penalty to Valley.
So Valley going quick, running right up to the middle, finds a gap. And he's going to take it the distance to get the first try of the night. Number 1, Dom Jackman. And with the rain, we're going to see a lot of probably crash balls, just real simple. Run right up the middle, force them to make tackles. In the rain, a little slippery. That kick is no good, so you want to touch that down right between the posts, but going to be a little tough on the kicks with the wet surface on the turf. Valley with the 5-0 lead here. Big run up the middle. High kick to the 20. Southeast Polk has a nice backline set up. Good tackle by Valley, but Southeast Polk back on the attack. Valley slowly pressuring. Here the Valley coaches, they want to tackle him into touch. Southeast Polk with the ball. Solid tackle there by Aiden. And a knock on by Southeast Polk is going to bring it to a 5-meter scrum. Huge scoring opportunity here for Valley. They've been pretty strong in the scrums this year so far. They got to remember, do not drive more than 2 meters. I got them into trouble last week, but huge scoring opportunity, and now the rain is coming back. We have about 4.5 minutes to go in this half. Jeff McHenry, the center referee, talking to our front rows there, getting them their expectations for the match. Again, tonight's stream is brought to you by Flat Property Solutions. Your outdoor needs in Central Iowa, they'll help you out. There's a gap, and there's another try. Number 10, Evan Swain. Valley with a big 10-0 lead. This is the start they need. This is the start they wanted. Kick is up. It is no good. It was a good look, good attempt. But with about 3 minutes, 45 seconds to go in this first half, this is exactly the start Valley wanted to see. But the Southeast Polk team, they can score from anywhere on the field. Deep high kick. Mishandled, but it does go backwards. That rain is really coming down now. And that goes into touch. The wing has really been a tough spot for Valley to defend, but they use the sideline perfectly to now get the ball into touch. Their line out, 13 meters from another try. So that ball is knocked on. And we're going to have a scrum to Southeast Polk.
Knock on, scrum to Southeast Polk.
So Southeast Polk has the put, about 2.5 minutes to go in this half, and they have about the length of the field to try and score. Ball's out, in their own try zone here. How are they going to exit? Dangerous spot to be in. But Valley really bunched up on defense. Center referee is going to have a conversation with his AR. And it is, I mean, you can see the rain. You can barely see across the field right now. Thought it was gonna rain a little bit. All right, so that ball was downed in the try zone. It is going to be a scrum to Valley on the 5-meter line. Another massive scoring opportunity here for Valley. A little over a minute to go here. Can Valley extend this lead by 3 tries? There's the put. They end up with it. Going weak side. Steps into touch before he's able to touch it down. That's going to be a line out for Southeast Polk. You know, playing on these football lines, you have to get a little creative, but you also have to have that field awareness. You're not going to the soccer lines. It was a smart heads-up play, but I think he thought he had a little bit more space. So a line out to Southeast Polk. Again, they've got to go the length of the field. If they want to score before half, they can do it. Again, in their own try zone. Slipping through tackles, but he drops it forward. Valley has that ball, and they're going to bring it back to a scrum. And again, I think we're going to see more and more of these handling errors due to this heavy rain, wet ball, wet field.
Official time is carried by the referee in the center.
So even though we are at 0 on our clock, the time is kept by the center referee. We have time for more rugby. Oh, looking to go weak side, but it is dropped, knocked on initially by Valley. We still have time for more rugby. It's going to be a scrum for Southeast Polk.
Scrum for Southeast Polk.
So when he tapped the ball on the back of his own team, he lost the handle on it. I've never seen that before. They're going to bring it back, try it again. And they go weak side on Valley. He has space down the sideline. And he goes into touch. And you can see the Valley boys, they are excited because they know if he doesn't make that stop, he can score before halftime. We are in halftime. Valley is up 10-0 on Southeast Polk. Exactly the half that Valley was looking for. Southeast Polk is going to need
soccer lines, which we would traditionally play, are
some halftime game plan here to get back into this. We got 7 more minutes of action in the second half. You can see our center referees
limited subs
having a conversation here.
Years, teams could sub whenever they wanted to on a. This year they are.
Again, this stream is brought to you by Flat Property Solutions. Flat Property Solutions are your guys to get your outdoor work done, whether it's landscaping, retaining wall, you've got some stuff in your yard. Make sure you get a hold of Flat Property Solutions. Thank you again to Flat for being a sponsor of tonight's stream. Also, coming up this summer in Des Moines through Des Moines Public Schools Community Ed, there will be a summer youth rugby camp at Weeks Middle School for boys and girls, 1st grade through 8th grade, every day, Monday through Friday, on July 21st through July 25th, 8:30 to 10:30. It's $5 to sign up, but once your kid shows up, they get that $5 back. Make sure you get signed up for this, boys and girls, 1st grade through 8th grade. And the best part is you do not have to be a student of Des Moines Public Schools to participate. So if you're in a surrounding area, whether it's West Des Moines, Altoona, Waukee, Indianola, you can join this camp as well. We're going to have multiple coaches from the West Des Moines Wombats, high school coaches. We've got girls coaches, women's coaches. Sign up today through Des Moines Community Ed.
Number 10, Evan Swain.
All right, so Valley with a great start. Valley had a great start, but they still had 2 or 3 more opportunities where they could have punched it in. But they're happy with the 10-0 lead. Southeast Polk looks to get back into this. Goes straight into touch. Gonna go right back to the 50.
Southeast Polk gets the ball at the midfield mark with a free kick.
And Southeast Polk retaining that ball. They're just gonna go a straight pod right into the teeth of the Valley defense. We've got advantage to Southeast Polk. So a penalty for not rolling away.
Called against Valley.
Good offload there by Southeast Polk. Good tackle by Valley. But Valley sliding on defense. Southeast Polk trying to work it to the other side. Looking for a gap. Good little offload. But a knock on by Southeast Polk. It's going to be a scrum to Valley.
Knock on, scrum to Valley.
Oh, scrum to Southeast Polk. No, never mind. Scrum to Valley, here we go. Straight out the tunnel, they're gonna give it another go.
That ball came out the tunnel. Scrum to Valley.
He's gonna do it on his own on the weak side. The cross kick. Interesting tactic there, but play on. Valley had 5 defenders from Southeast Polk all bunched up, and instead of attacking by running, they try to kick, and Southeast Polk makes them pay for it with a try. Or does he? Try awarded, Southeast Polk. So an interesting decision there by Valley to try the cross kick. Again, they had 5 defenders bunched up on that far side. They decide to kick it, lose possession, and Southeast Polk makes them pay. And that kick is good. Southeast Polk right back in it. Valley 10, Southeast Polk 7.
First try scored by number 2 for Southeast Polk. Conversion is good. Valley leads 10-7.
After this match, we will have Fort Dodge against Ames. Catches it in the air, but loses it while running. Southeast Polk has that ball. So knock on.
Lost forward. Scrum to Southeast Polk.
Knock on by Valley, scrum to Southeast Polk, and a short field for Southeast Polk. Big change in momentum here in the last 30 seconds. Valley with the steal. And that's, I mean, just a slippery ball there. They're trying to do their side-to-side movement on offense, but can't handle the ball. They get the steal in the scrum, but they turn it right back over. It's going to be a line out to Southeast Polk. Southeast Polk tried to go quick, but the quick option was not there. I think it was touched by someone on the sideline there. It kills that opportunity. See Robin Brooks, number 14, entering the game for Valley on the wing here. He had a hat trick in the last game against Cedar Rapids Prairie. So Southeast Polk wins that line out. Big tackle there by number 3. Oh, smart offload there by Southeast Polk. Looked like Valley had him wrapped up. Oh, and a good dummy pass there. Finds some space in the middle of the field. Offsides on Valley. So with 2 minutes left, we're going to have a penalty right here near the 20-meter line. And they're going to run right in the middle. And that is a try for Southeast Polk. They're going to take the lead with only 2 minutes to go. So completely different second half here where Southeast Polk taking advantage of miscues and making the most of those opportunities like you knew they would. So now, both teams with 2 conversions, but the difference being Southeast Polk has made both their conversion kicks. Both teams with 2 tries, but Southeast Polk has the 2 conversions. Southeast Polk 14, Valley 10. Valley has about 1 minute and 20 seconds here. Can they make something happen, or Southeast Polk holds on? Southeast Polk is bunched up. Oh, but playing on the ground, a costly penalty.
Southeast Polk playing the ball on the ground is called against Valley.
And he's going to make it happen on his own. Breaks the line. Again, a miscue by Valley leads to the 3rd try of the game for Southeast Polk. From the center, kick is good. Brings the score to 21-10, and that is the final. Southeast Polk with the victory, 21-10 over Valley. That's going to improve the standings for Southeast Polk. Their seeding going into playoffs. A 21-point second half for Southeast Polk. 0 points for Valley in the second half. That's the story of the game. Starts off 10-0, 21-0 in the second half. Tale of 2 halves. Up next, we've got Fort Dodge against Ames. All right, so in this next matchup, we've got Fort Dodge in the white and green stripes, and we've got Ames, the Ames Atomics, in the black and orange. Addison Spear in the center for our referee. Fort Dodge sitting at number 9 in the playoff standings. They want a victory to have a chance to go to state. Pressuring this Ames team. Fort Dodge is gaining meters just by pushing them back defensively. And they create a turnover, short field, and he's off. Thought about offloading it, but had second thoughts due to the rain probably. Gavin Peterson up the middle, and he's hard to stop. Fort Dodge on the board, 30 seconds in. Good team try there. They pushed Ames back with their defense, created a turnover, short field, and Gavin just hit a line and found the space. Carlos Elias with the kick, and it's good. All right, so Fort Dodge is up early, 7-0.
Gavin Peterson with the try for Fort Dodge. Conversion is good. Fort Dodge leads 7-0.
This is exactly the start that Fort Dodge is looking for here. Come out fast, score early, and use their defense to create and earn territory. So again, notice that pressure. They're being patient. And Ames is struggling to find any room to work with. So another turnover. Ball goes into touch. Fort Dodge with the quick line out, but referee says, nope, we're going to bring it back and we're going to do a line out. So it actually saves them because that could have been a knock on there, but we're going to go to the line out. And again, creating a turnover, and they only have about 22 yards to go. And they go deep over the top to Gavin Peterson, and he's rumbling and stumbling, the Iowa Central commit. He'll be there this fall. A little pick and go. Another pick and go. Looks for the offload. Nobody's there, but Fort Dodge recovers. Now they've got that back line set up, and the rain is coming back. Finds a little bit of space, and he takes it in. He's going to center it. There's another try for Fort Dodge. And the kick by Carlos is good. Brings us to 14-0.
Conversion is good. Fort Dodge leads 14-0.
Again, this match is brought to you by Flat Property Solutions. For all your Central Iowa landscaping needs, get a hold of them. Also, the West Des Moines Wombats Youth Rugby Academy is also a proud sponsor of tonight's stream. We are the B-Side Boys podcast. You can check us out. New episodes every week on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We dropped a new episode today, so check it out. A lot of things happening. We've got the boys state tournament next Friday. We've got college rugby teams that just competed in the CRC sevens. We've got Iowa State that competed in the CRAA national semifinals. We've got USA Women's competing right now in Kansas City against Canada. We've got Major League Rugby action. We've got the All-Iowa tournament tomorrow. All sorts of rugby stuff happening. But again, we're here week 6, the last week before the state playoffs for Iowa Youth Rugby Association. And Fort Dodge, short field, pick and go. Stopped short, offloads it. Dancing around. Everyone's got those try eyes trying to make something happen. But these 3 guys in the back line are ready, but another try awarded. And Carlos Elias with the try. Finds that space, makes it happen. Fort Dodge is up 19-0. Kick is no good.
Conversion is no good.
Carlos
Fort
Elias
Dodge
is
leads
also
19-0.
a future Iowa Central Triton. He'll be there in the fall with Gavin Peterson as well. Iowa Central this past weekend, they competed at the CRC in the Premier Division, finishing 6th in the nation. So congrats to Brent Nelson in that program. A lot of Iowa Youth Rugby Association alum have played for Iowa Central. A lot of guys were on that team as well. But Ames, hey, find some space here, making something happen on offense. So the counter ruck attempt by Fort Dodge is no good. He loses his footing. You got to stay safe, stay on your feet. Penalty for Ames. Getting a little sloppy out there. Minute 45 to go. So time is off. Could hear that from the referee. He's going to talk to the AR here.
Previous 2 tries for Fort Dodge scored by Jordan and Elias.
All right, so we have a scrum here.
Scrum to Ames.
Big drive by Fort Dodge. Running sideways here. Not something head coach Tom McClyman probably wants out of him, but trying to make something happen. Can hear him say follow. He wants the support runners either for a ruck or an offload, but they set a nice platform there, and look at that backline ready to go. That ball goes backwards. Referee says play on. Another little offload to Gavin Peterson. Big hard running, more hard running, little offload, and that's going to be a try. Fort Dodge.
Number 3, McQuillan with the try.
So about 30 seconds to go. You can hear the referee yell that out there. And the kick is up, and it is good. So that's going to make it 26-0.
Fort Dodge leads 26-0.
And you can tell coming into this night, head coach Tom McClyman has his boys ready to go. They know they're fighting for that last playoff spot. They need some help ahead of them, but going 2-0 tonight would really help their case. A win here over Ames would put them at 500. And then they play Valley to end the night. And that knock will end the half for us. So Fort Dodge leads 26-0 over Ames.
Up next after
Thank you for joining us tonight. It is halftime between Fort Dodge and Ames. Fort Dodge leads 26-0. We are at Simpson College in Bill Buxton Stadium for Iowa Youth Rugby Association Week 6 action, hosted by Indianola. Flat Property Solutions and the Wombat Youth Rugby Academy are the sponsors of the stream tonight. To make sure that is free to you on YouTube, thank you for joining us. We are the B-Side Boys podcast, new episodes weekly on Spotify and Apple Podcast. So the rain continues to come down here. The boys are playing through it. You see the referees having their little halftime chat. That's one thing that's really cool about this league. You see 4 to 5 referees a night at each site. They're able to coach each other up. It's nice. Jeff McHenry in the blue there, he entered the Iowa Rugby Union Hall of Fame last year, so it's nice to have a Hall of Fame member on the crew, coaching up the young refs, improving the level of play based off of experience and knowledge being shared. So when the referees improve, the game improves. More consistency, love to see it. So here comes Ames. They're going to kick off here to Fort Dodge. And here's the kick. Nice high kick. Ball goes into touch.
Ball landed.
A line out to Fort Dodge.
Line out to Fort Dodge.
So I didn't go straight out there. We'll take the line out right around the 28-ish yard line. You can see that rain coming down. I don't expect anything fancy, and you notice straight to the front lifter, but an obstruction is called. Penalty on Fort Dodge. Ames goes quick.
Another penalty is called.
But he did not go through the mark, so they're going to redo that.
Correction.
Little dummy.
No penalty. Restarted.
And he drops it, loses it forward. Going to be a scrum to Fort Dodge.
Scrum to Fort Dodge.
So again, this rain coming down, you can definitely see, even right there, just trying to set up for the scrum. Everyone having a tough time holding on to the ball. I feel like even in good conditions, sometimes we have a tough time holding on to the ball, but this makes it extra tough. You can see Denver warming up here. They're ready to go. But again, I don't expect anything fancy or flashy, and that's something you don't always see from Fort Dodge either. They're going to pound it. I just expect them for a crash ball right here. Tackler doesn't hold on, so he gets a few more meters there. Sets a nice base. Again, running sideways to try to set up a crash, but that ball is intercepted after it goes off the hands of a Fort Dodge player. So initially knocked on by Fort Dodge.
By Fort Dodge, scrum to Ames.
Ames will take this scrum. So a huge scoring opportunity, chance for Ames to get back into this game right here if they can punch it in. A lot of substitutions here by Fort Dodge. Looking to get some fresh legs in there. Some of those JV guys, get them some minutes here. Also, too, a little strategy. Takes off about 30 seconds there with that substitution. Quick pressure by Fort Dodge, causing some issues. And there's a turnover. Everyone's really bunched up there. You can hear coaches yelling to spread. Little offload. Close to the touchline. And again, I think they just lost their space. They get so used to playing on soccer lines. We are playing the football lines here tonight at Bill Buxton Stadium at Simpson College in Indianola. So a line out here to Ames. About 3.5 minutes to go here. A steal by Fort Dodge. And they're off and running. A lot of running sideways here. But he breaks the tackle. Good tackle there by Ames. Pick and go. They found some space on the edge here. Down the sideline. And he's going to take off and he's going to score.
Number 700, Casper Bowers, scores a try for Fort Dodge.
Kick is no good. So Fort Dodge extends the lead 31-0. So Fort Dodge there.
No good. Fort Dodge leads 31-0.
Creates the turnover, running the ball in the middle of the field, good hard running, and then finding a 2-on-1 on the side. Good field awareness there to stay in bounds, and he takes it the distance. Here's the kick.
That ball lands in play. Line out to Ames.
And again, you can see the difference here. They're playing the white line, Normally they play that black line, but because it's so close to the track for player safety, they're playing the football line. So, line out to Ames. About 2 minutes to go. Over the top. And a knock on by Ames.
Knock on.
Unlucky.
To Fort Dodge.
You could see it in his body language there. He knew what an opportunity. Ball goes over the top. A lot of open space. Just lost the handle. So a scrum to Fort Dodge here in the closing moments of this match. After this, we will have the T3 Touch Rugby. That's the middle school touch rugby league run by Chris Draper. So they'll do their semifinals after this, and then later in the night we will have the championship for the T3 champions. And there's a line break. Holding that thing like a loaf of bread, but hey, it works. And that kick is good, so it is 38-0.
Number 14's go with the try. Conversion is good. Score is now 38-0.
I hear Coach McClyman telling the boys to go quick. I wonder if it's if they're wondering about a point differential thing to just make sure to help out with playoff seeding or to qualify for playoffs again. They are in the number 9 spot, tied with Valley. Valley lost earlier tonight against Southeast Polk. Fort Dodge and Valley will play each other again tonight. They both entered, Valley and Fort Dodge entered tonight with the same record. There's a little pick and go. And they're trying to go quick. Referee says that goes straight down. They play on. Good driving tackle there by Ames. You can turn that horn off on the home scoreboard here, but hey, he's going to do it himself again. Another try for Fort Dodge.
Seven Egley with the try scored.
And the kick is good. So final score, Fort Dodge 45, Ames 0. Again, up next.
Up we have two concurrent middle school rugby semifinals.
So up next we have the T3 rugby semifinals, touch rugby. So a quick guide for spectators. Two-tag touch T3 rugby was created in 2010 to help Iowa rugby players adopt the faster, more vertical style of attacking rugby played by the world's best Olympic rugby teams. Unlike traditional versions of touch rugby played in the United States that favor the defense, T3 rugby is designed to give the offense a +2 overload at all times, requiring 2 defensive players to stop 1 offensive player. This natural overload for the offense makes it easier for a team that is working together to score at will, resulting in faster, higher scoring games played by more confident attacking players. This attacking philosophy has propelled Iowa to boast the nation's 4th highest high school participation rate per capita, yielding national championship collegiate programs like Iowa Central Community College, Iowa State University, University of Iowa, and University of Northern Iowa, significant numbers of men's and women's national team, under 20 national team, and All-American alumni, and now multiple men's and women's professional players in the Women's Elite Rugby and Major League Rugby leagues. Current middle school rugby efforts started in 2023 using the non-contact co-ed inclusive T3 rugby format. It has grown over these 3 years to include players from over 10 schools, with over 96% of all players in the league scoring in a game during the 2025 season. Thank you for supporting this league with your presence tonight, and we hope to continue to grow with us in the coming years. So I'll zoom out here. And they're going to split the field.
Two games will be played at once on the field. They will play from 40 to the goal line.
So because 2 matches will be going on at once, I'm just going to run the camera here.
Generally it's 6-on-6, but they do allow for additional players on a team.
But I'll be back shortly. All right, and we are back. Up next, we will have some 1A action. Denver against Columbus. Denver is currently in 4th place with a 6-4 record in 1A. And Columbus Catholic is in 7th place with a 4-6 record. Join us this summer for a youth summer rugby camp at Weeks Middle School. Sign up through Des Moines Public Schools Community Ed. It's every day, July 21st through July 25th from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. So 5 days, 1 week. Boys and girls, 1st through 8th grade, all are welcome. Best part is you do not have to be a Des Moines Public Schools student to participate. We could have kids from Indianola. We can have kids from West Des Moines, Altoona, wherever. You're all welcome. Coaches from the West Des Moines Wombats Academy program, certified coaches in the Iowa Youth Rugby Association, will be leading the charge. It'll be a great time. If your kid wants to experience something brand new, check it out. If they want to learn a little something extra going into middle school, maybe going into high school soon, it's a great opportunity to learn. Again, this stream is brought to you by Flat Property Solutions and the West Des Moines Wombats Youth Rugby Academy. So again, up next we will have Denver against Columbus Catholic kicking off shortly. The rain is slowing down. And if you were watching the stream for the last 5-10 minutes, that was the T3, the Touch Rugby Middle School semifinals. We will have the championship here in about an hour. All sorts of action here tonight from Bill Buxton Stadium at Simpson College in Indianola, hosted by the Indianola Rugby Club. It is our last week of the regular season for boys high school rugby and the Iowa Youth Rugby Association. All the teams are fighting to make the playoffs or improve their seeding in the playoffs. And for teams that don't make the state tournament, there's a brand new challenge this year called the Frontier Cup. We have 2 teams, Dubuque and Quad Cities, who are in the Frontier League, where they didn't have a full side. They weren't ready to commit to the 1A or 2A commitment. So every week they've been running like a JV schedule. Frontier Cup is a challenge for those 2 teams, and then also teams that opt in and did not make the state playoffs, they can compete for the first ever Frontier Cup Championship. That'll be the Saturday after the state tournament. So next Friday is the state tournament. Next Saturday is the Frontier Cup. That's going to be hosted at the Des Moines Rugby Fields. Looks like in the center, we're going to have Andrew Ridgway as our referee. In the maroon and black striped jerseys, we have Denver. In the white and green stripes, we will have Columbus Catholic. Sam Hendricks, the AR, in the pink.
The referee in the center is Andrew Ridgway.
All right, and there's the whistle from Ridgway. Short kick. Says play on. And Denver looks like, oh, they're just going to march straight down the field. And that's a try for Denver. So they know the conditions are sloppy. They're going to challenge Columbus to pick up that ball. Columbus is unable to pick it up off the turf, and Denver scoops it up and just rumbles and stumbles straight down the field for the first try of the match, 20 seconds in. The kick is good. Denver is up 7-0.
Denver leads 7-0.
It's like former head coach of UNI Rugby, former Bremer County Buck, 2024 Hall of Fame member of the Iowa Rugby Union, Rick Hall always said, the quickest way to the try line is a straight line forward. So now they kick it in the air, challenging Columbus to catch it. Offload goes to nobody, and that pressure from Denver causing some havoc there for Columbus. Denver with the ball, short field to go. Cutting through the defense, and another try for Denver. Denver is applying the pressure both on offense and defense, and Columbus hasn't found a way to slow it down yet. That kick is good. So in under 2 minutes, Denver already has a 14-0 lead. Denver, Iowa, just north of Waterloo, south of New Hampton, kind of in the middle between those two. One of the smaller schools in the state that participates, but they have a toughness that they're really putting on display right now. So Columbus is finding some opportunities here on offense. Good phase there.
Offside is called against Denver. Penalty awarded to Columbus.
Denver offside, so Columbus with the restart. Now Columbus making something happen. They break line, but Denver holds on. Ball set.
Knock on by Columbus. Scrum to Denver.
So Columbus was finding some success there on offense, but that momentum stalls out after the knock-on, so we have a scrum to Denver. So it's good to see Columbus there. They're getting some phases in. They're getting used to this rain. They're moving the ball forward, but the knock-on gives the ball back to Denver. Can we see that pressure from this Denver offense continue? Hard crash, then a loop. Now we have two on the outside working together. They got to remember,
the ball goes into touch, line out to Columbus.
and again, I believe, those football lines are kind of throwing off our players a little bit. Tighter field than what they've been used to the last few weeks. Columbus with the line out. Got about 3 minutes to go in this half.
Ball is not thrown straight. Line out to Denver. They have this option of also choosing to scrum to Denver.
Line out not straight by Columbus, so Denver will opt for the scrum.
We can't see anything. It's the umbrella.
Hard line there by the center from Denver. Runs into three defenders, and he keeps fighting his way for more.
Good job, Spencer.
But he loses the ball. It's going to be a penalty. And now Columbus is off and running the other way after a good, strong run. Just couldn't finish on the ground there.
Go, Blackman.
Columbus showing life on offense here. And the rain is stopping. The sun's starting to pop out. Denver player goes to kick. He misses, and Columbus maintains possession. Tough to hold a ruck for that long, but he does. His teammate goes to find that ball. Getting a little sloppy here with about 2 minutes to go in the half. Finds a gap, makes a guy miss, and he's got a straight shot for the try line, but he has a chaser. Can he go all the way? And he does. So Columbus Catholic gets on the board. Patience, 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 and he finds a gap, makes one guy miss, and it's a straight shot to the try line. Columbus is right back in this game after the hot start by Denver. Kick is no good. Denver up 14-5 with about a minute to go. So again, Denver They scored 2 tries in under 2 minutes, and since then they've run out of a little bit of steam, and Columbus, showing that patience and resiliency, is right back in this thing with under a minute to go in the first half. Denver catches it in the air. Pick weak side. He's got no one with him. Stays in bounds. Look for Denver to spread it wide here. Skip pass off the hands.
Advantage, Columbus.
Short field. Can Columbus take the lead going or score right before half? We're going to go back to the scrum. There's a knock on by Denver. So Columbus can bring this in even closer. Right before halftime here, this would be huge if Columbus could score before half. Looks like the referee's having a conversation about safe play. Some of the players are attempting to kick the ball in open play. That's something the referee doesn't like, so just wants to go over it with the kids. Players' safety is number one. There's that put. Win by Columbus. A lot of pressure by Denver, but that defense is all staggered. Kicks it through. Tries to kick again. There, a lot of kicks. Unlucky by Columbus.
Denver.
But Denver now flipping the field. Very short time.
Penalty awarded to Denver.
So that ruck. There we go. Try awarded for Denver. Flips the field. Back in control. Denver's up 19-5. I think this will take us into halftime here. The kick is up. And it is good. Denver 21, Columbus 5. That'll take us into halftime. So Denver comes out hot, scoring 2 tries in the first 2 minutes. Columbus, though, slows them down, gets back into the game, but right before halftime, Columbus loses a scoring opportunity, and Denver is able to capitalize. They find that momentum that they had in the first couple minutes to go into the halftime with a 16-point lead. Again, this stream is brought to you by Flat Property Solutions. For all your outdoor landscaping and yard needs, get a hold of Flat Property Solutions and they can take care of you. Also, the West Des Moines Wombats Youth Rugby Academy is a proud sponsor of tonight's stream. They are looking to have 3 boys tournaments that they attend and at least 1 girls tournament that they attend this summer. So high school players looking for more opportunities. If you don't make Iowa Selects or Iowa Hawkettes, another opportunity is the Wombats Academy. Practices all summer long. Information coming soon. We are the B-Side Boys Rugby Podcast. New episodes every week on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter for all the updates for what is happening. A lot happening in rugby with ties to Iowa, whether it's high school boys, state coming up. We've got college programs competing for nationals. We've got senior side nationals. We've got all Iowa tomorrow, all sorts of stuff. USA Women's Eagles are playing down in Kansas City against Canada tonight. Check it out. We break down everything. Second half coming up soon. All right, and we're going to have the second half begin here shortly. All right, and so the second half is underway. Columbus kicks to Denver here. Denver looking to find that go-ahead momentum they had in the first half. Good hard running. You notice the sun is coming out. The rain has stopped. Hopefully this makes for better conditions for more good flowing rugby. There's that hard running we expected from Denver. Breaking through, tackle after tackle. Great support. He's got 3 support guys, and he's going to take it the distance. Try awarded, Denver.
Conversion is good.
All right.
28-5.
And that kick is good. Denver's up 28-5. Got a little under 6 minutes to go. Similar to the first half, Denver coming out hot. All right, and there's a short kick. Columbus elects to play it. Hits that player first. Bounces into the hands of a Denver player, so we play on. Oh, and that ball's still wet.
Knocked on by Denver. Line out to Columbus.
Denver's momentum stalled here, so we're going to have a scrum to Columbus. After this match, we will have the Fort Dodge JV face off against Valley JV. Second half here, Denver up 28-5. Columbus with the put. There we go. Good push by Denver, but Columbus keeps it. He's all alone, looking to make something happen. And a huge hit there by Denver creates the turnover. Gang tackle there by Columbus, but Denver retains ball. Oh, and just a hard run right through the defender. And there's another try for Denver. They had numbers on the outside, but he liked his chances. Went right at the shoulder of the defender. Gets another 5 for Denver on the board. And the kick is good. Got about a little under 4 minutes to go in this half. Here's the kick. A deep kick, going to challenge Columbus to go the length of the field. Field's still a little slippery, but Denver gets the tackle. Columbus retains ball. Good little step, but a good tackle from Denver. Offload keeps it moving. Pass to nobody there. Columbus getting a little desperate. That pressure defense from Denver is really causing them to make something happen. That ball sneaks out the side, and Denver with the turnover. They steal it. And again, those hard runs from Denver. Good base, good platform. They've got numbers. Another little offload. He's got one more on the outside. but he keeps it. Try awarded. Fake little offload there, spins out of it and touches it down himself. That brings the lead to 40-5 with the kick to come. 2 minutes to go in the half. Again, after this, Fort Dodge JV will face Valley JV. See the Valley JV in the orange kits warming up behind the tri-zone. Here's the kick. And it's good. 42-5 is now the score.
Conversion is good. The score is now 42-5.
All right, and so on the restart kick, Denver gets their own ball. Great catch, somersaults forward, runs forward, and Denver punishing Columbus there with another try and another kick. It is now 49-5. A great team effort here by Denver. They really wanted to set the tone. They wanted to push their pace both offensively and defensively. We're seeing that here. We've got short time to go, under 30 seconds, 20 seconds. It's a really proud team, just running hard, running their game. Here's the kick. Got to be careful there. He doesn't hit him when he's in the air, but strips that ball out right into his hands. That's going to be a penalty. And I believe that's going to be because of the stiff arm to the face. You can throw a stiff arm, a fend as they call it, but you can't do it to the face. So now Columbus, you love to see it. They're fighting hard to the very end. Hey, if we got this ball, we're going to go to score. That's our goal. You can hear everybody yelling. The way you hear both teams yelling, you'd think this is a tie game right now. You love to see the competitiveness from both teams. There's a line break, and Columbus fighting to the very end. They're going to score. It is now 49-10. You love to see that. So again, up next, we've got Fort Dodge JV against Valley JV. Kick is no good. So the final score is going to be Denver 49, Columbus 5. Again, this stream is the B-Side Boys podcast. You can catch our new episodes every week on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter for all the updates. Also, thank you to our sponsors, Flat Property Solutions. If you need any landscaping, outdoor work done, get a hold of them in Central Iowa and they will take good care of you. Also, the West Des Moines Wombats Youth Academy Rugby team is a proud sponsor of tonight's stream as well. Again, up next, we're going to have the Valley JV against Fort Dodge JV. And the sun is now out. You'll love to see it. We were getting hit pretty hard by the rain. Didn't cause any delays, anything like that. So we're going to keep on rolling through. Hopefully it helps clean up some of the play here.
For being a generous sponsor.
We are at Simpson College here in Indianola, Bill Buxton Stadium. We are using the football lines here.
Don't forget, concession stands are still open.
And in there, you can see in the middle,
Polk, brisket,
Andrew Ridgway. He's the head coach of the West Des Moines Wombats. He's also been refereeing for a few years now. Refereeing every week for the Iowa Youth Rugby Association. He's going to be the AR. In the pink, we've got Sam Hendricks as our center referee. This is his first year as a referee, getting in the mix, getting in the center here for a JV match. Sam Hendricks is a third-year player for the West Des Moines Wombats. He first started rugby as a senior men's player, so never played before in high school, never played in college, joined the men's club, and now he's going to be playing 8-man all day tomorrow at All Iowa for the Wombats. So now he's getting in the middle as a referee, and he also is one of the coaches for Valley. So expect him to be a little bit more critical of the Valley team than he is the Fort Dodge team in this one. After this match, we will go back to the middle school T3 rugby matches. The touch rugby, two-touch rugby. This is their championship match after Valley and JV Fort Dodge face off here. All right, so we're just about ready to get underway here. Looks like, too, we've got a touch judge in training as well. Love to see it. Getting some of these junior high youth guys involved. Here's the kick. Hard running from Ethan. Fort Dodge team is pretty bunched up. Forward pass. So it's going to be a scrum to Fort Dodge. And again, this Fort Dodge and Valley JV teams, they've faced each other multiple times. You love to see these squads with the deep rosters. This is a great chance for freshmen, sophomores, and juniors who don't get that playing time on a Friday night in the varsity action. Here's a chance they can work on their skills, and if there's an injury or something happens, they're always looking for that next man in. Fort Dodge wins the scrum. Gang tackle there by Valley. Valley defense really bunched up. They're going to need to spread. And the intentional knock on there.
Penalty awarded to Fort Dodge.
It's going to bring it back for Fort Dodge for a penalty. Just a quick tap and go. He's by himself. Now he's got support with him. Pick and go. Big gap right off the ruck, and that's going to be a try for Fort Dodge. Kick is good. Fort Dodge takes the lead, 7-0. Some subs here from Valley. Here comes the kick. Hard running from the player from Valley. That's Ethan. Oh, and they had numbers. Quick pass there, but hey, that ball goes straight down. Valley's going to keep it moving. Some good momentum there from this Valley team. You like to see that back line set up. They're ready to go. Hear those coaches yelling, swing it. They want to use that space. Coaches yelling, stay in. Oh, and he goes into touch. It's going to be a line out for Fort Dodge. About 4 minutes to go in this half.
Ball carried into touch, line out, Fort Dodge.
So again, after this match, we'll go back to the two-tag touch, T3 Rugby, the middle school championship is after this, and then we'll have Indianola Senior Night. And then we'll be on the second half of our matches, and that will conclude week 6 of Iowa Youth Rugby Association action before we hit the state tournament next week. Deep throw, but a knock on, so advantage to Valley. That ball's out. Just a little pick and go there. Trying to get it out wide, a little step. Love to see Valley spread out. All of their players are bunched up inside the numbers, all 7. You'd like to see them use the entire field. Hard to find space when the defense can cover you with 2 or 3 guys. So another line out for Fort Dodge right at midfield. Good line out there from Valley. Good little step. But he runs right into that forward pack. Here comes the defense from Valley. They're having fun out there, but playing the ball on the ground and maybe not rolling away, something like that, but penalty to Fort Dodge, and they're off and running. So that player, he needs to get out of there a little quicker. Here comes the defense from Valley. Slipping out of the tackles. Finally brought down. Just listen to the sidelines getting into it here. Oh, and he finds a gap. And he's going to touch it down center. Try for Fort Dodge. So the patience from Fort Dodge, they retain ball over and over and over. And even though Valley was getting those stops, they get tired, they get out of position, and all it takes is one little gap, takes it the distance. Kick is good. Fort Dodge is up 14-0. About a minute and a half to go in this first half. Again, T3 Rugby Championship is going to be after this. And then we're going to have Indianola Senior Night, and then the second half of matches. We are the B-Side Boys Rugby Podcast. Check us out every week. New episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts where we break down any rugby that has anything to do with Iowa, from locally to internationally. Also, thank you to Flat Property Solutions for sponsoring tonight's stream, and the West Des Moines Wombats Youth Academy Rugby Program. Check out what they're up to this summer. And Valley wants to make something happen before this half is over. Just trying to do it on his own, running sideways, taking away space from his teammate. But there's an offload. Tackled from behind and tackled into touch. But a forward pass before we got to that point. So Fort Dodge with a scrum on their attacking half of the field. Can they score one more before halftime? There's the put. Loses it forward in the tackle, but Valley's going to play on here. A little confusion there. Who's going to get it? A little pick and go. Good tackle from Fort Dodge. That ball is stolen. So we have a penalty for an obstruction. Valley going quick. Running right into the heart of the defense of Fort Dodge. And there's a knock on. That's going to take us to halftime with Fort Dodge 14, Valley 0.
14, Valley JV 0.
All right, we'll be back in a minute for the second half. All right, so we're going to start the second half here in just a moment. Sam Hendricks in the middle, getting it ready to go. All right, and here's the kick from Valley. Goes backwards, referee says, play on. And he's just going to run, but hey, that ball's still slippery. Advantage. Oh, he's going the wrong way. He's going the wrong way. He doesn't know. Okay, now he knows.
Knock on by Fort Dodge.
All right, the referee's going to do him a favor, help him out. Whew, that was scary. His teammates are going to give him a hard time on that one. You switch halves of the field. The knock on, he goes the wrong way. I definitely understand why he thought he's going that way, but all right, here we go. Now we got our bearings. Scrum to Valley.
All right, heads up, boys.
All right, and so also here at Simpson College, Bill Buxton Stadium, we have Wayne State University. College. Okay, well, okay. So,
University's a little far away.
okay, we're going to cut that in post. That's in Detroit, right? That's in
Yeah,
Michigan?
somewhere over there.
Yeah, okay. Yep, John Shorty told me about that. I said it wrong before. Okay.
That's all right.
We'll cut all this out. We won't because we're live. But Wayne State has people here to talk about why you should go. So if you want to talk at this part of the phone, what is your name? And yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much. My name is Adeline Breedman. I'm a senior at Wayne State College currently. I'm on my 4th year playing prop for them. Luckily, you get to enjoy my 2 younger brothers carrying on the legacy. I'm an Iowa Youth Rugby Association alumni for Indianola.
Nice.
And, you know,
Fort Dodge.
black and yellow are my colors now. It used to be purple and yellow. Wayne State Rugby is a team where we'll push you to your limits, grow stronger, and build lifelong friendships, all while having a blast. Whether you've played sports your whole life or never picked up a rugby ball, you're welcome here. No experience necessary. Just bring heart, hustle, and a good attitude. We'll teach you the game, help you grow, and make sure you feel part of the Wildcat family from day one. We train hard, we compete harder, and we represent Wayne State with pride on and off the field. Not to mention, we have 14 national championships between the two teams. I must say the boys just won theirs this last year, and the girls have the other 13, but you know what better news here for you folks, especially the parents. If you're from Iowa, you qualify for in-state tuition at Wayne State, so that means you get a top-notch education, the full college experience, and a chance to join one of the most exciting sports on campus, all for a very affordable price. Thank you for giving me a chance to talk today, B-Side Boys.
Yeah, no, I know I kind of put you on the spot, but that's what happens. You come into the booth. I
appreciate it.
We just throw you on there. But that's the big thing, too, for people who don't know. Wayne State, year after year, men's and women's, and there's another try for Fort Dodge, men's and women both have a history, a very storied history. You know, it used to be the INSCRO, the National Small College Rugby Organization. Now it's D2, D3. I know things have changed with NCR.
Yeah, it tends to switch up.
It switches up, but every single year competing for national titles, and there's a lot of players from Iowa that make their way over. I know there was a lot of boys that played for East High.
Absolutely,
Javier Luong and Joe Dow. They both played for East. I know there's a lot of international players as well. So what would you say, what's your favorite part of Wayne State? Whether it's rugby or just living there, why is it a big thing for you?
Well, I'm a little biased when it comes to rugby. Rugby's definitely my favorite part after, playing 4 years in high school and coming. The big thing is the environment, having the boys and girls together and really creating those friendships and those bonds that last forever. I've known, my dad played, he was on the original Wayne State team, and he still has friends that he played with, back in the day. So that's something really special that we carry in the culture of Wayne, and we have a lot of traditions that we really stand by, and everyone's welcome, and I really enjoy that attitude.
Nice. And so if you could, and you have been talking to high school players here tonight, you guys were at the front gate handing out some merch, handing out some stickers I saw. What are you telling the kids? And for any kids who are, watching the playback of the film, maybe they didn't get the chance to talk to you, why should they consider Wayne I mean, I think one of the biggest reasons for parents too, that price point.
Yes.
You get that in-state tuition, out of state, and it's a championship experience. But what are some of the big things you're telling them? What are you hearing from the kids tonight when you talk to them?
They talk a lot. They ask a lot about the program. I think the big thing, like you just said, is that tuition price. It's just kind of unbeatable. You know, you get that 4-year degree for such a reasonable price compared to a lot of places.
What are some of the majors, like the big ones that people
Big
get
ones
there?
are education. We have a lot of healthcare, a lot of business, big on the industrial tech and IT. We're pretty. There's a lot of variety here. I
Nice.
must say.
That's awesome. And so, yeah, you guys just finished your spring season. So what's fall looking like for both the men's and women's? How does the fall look if someone joins this summer and then they're on campus on fall? What does a Wayne State season look like for men's and women's?
So we do a lot of collaboration between men and women. 15s is definitely our big season, I would say. We do it, like I said, a lot of collaboration, men and women's practices. We'll get up in the morning and do some conditioning, and then we practice a few times a week, and we'll talk to Coach Bryn and make plans on how we want to see what we want to see this season and what our goals are. That's what we'll look like. We do a little big and little program, so if you're new, upcoming, whether you're
nice.
freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, doesn't matter. If you're a rookie, we'll have a partner for you to bring in and acclimate you into the group and make you feel home.
Love it. I was going to say, too, little preview for the goals for next year. Is it obviously take both teams to nationals? You think you
Always.
got squad's looking good going into competition for the fall?
Absolutely. We got some fresh girls. Our boys are so powerful right now. Obviously, they're coming off that high with that national championship.
Oh, yeah. What was the prop's name? He went viral a couple times.
Draper.
Yeah.
My man Draper.
He made it viral on NCR's page because he had some big, hard runs, and then he could move really well for a prop.
That's right. Props are athletes too. That's
Oh, yeah.
what I say. I'm a prop myself, so when I saw that, I was sure proud. He's a good guy. He is actually the men's captain. Really good.
Nice.
strong
Is he going to be back in the fall?
Oh, absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely.
That'll be fun to
I
look
think
for
you
him
can stay
again.
10
Yeah.
years if you could.
Those are called doctors. No.
No kidding.
No, that's awesome. No, love to see it, and love to see, colleges coming out here talking to our kids and getting them a chance. So how can they get a hold of Wayne State if they're interested in playing? Who should they contact? How do they get a hold of admissions or whoever?
So the big thing is just going to wsc.edu. That's our main website, and then you can go on and go into the sports section. Our coach is Bryn. His email will be available on the website. If not, honestly, if you were to reach out to any Wayne State rugby player on Instagram or any social media, they would be happy to get you connected to Bryn and give you information. So.
Awesome. Well, hey, thank you for sharing Wayne and telling everybody what's happening here, and hopefully we can send some more kids from Iowa your guys' way.
Absolutely.
And
we want to.
yeah, it'll be great. So awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for giving me a chance to talk again.
Of course. All right, and so final score here, Fort Dodge 26, Valley 0. That was a JV match there. Up next, we're gonna have the championship of the T3 Rugby Middle School event. All right, so again, this is going to be our two tag touch T3 Rugby championship, middle school championship here. We have Cowles in the purple and white kind of cow spots jersey, and then Indianola in the purple and yellow. So two tag touch rugby was created in 2010 to help Iowa rugby players adopt the faster, more vertical style of attacking rugby, played by the world's best Olympic rugby teams. Unlike traditional versions of touch rugby played in the United States that favor the defense, T3 rugby is designed to give the offense a +2 overload at all times, requiring 2 defensive players to stop 1 offensive player. This is a natural overload for the offense. Makes it easier for a team that is working together to score at will, resulting in faster, higher scoring games played by more confident attacking players. This attacking philosophy has propelled Iowa to boast the nation's 4th highest high school participation rate per capita, yielding national championship collegiate programs like Iowa Central Community College, Iowa State University, University of Iowa, and University of Northern Iowa, significant numbers of men's and women's national team, under 20 national team, and All-American alumni, and now multiple men's and women's professional players in women's elite rugby and Major League Rugby leagues. Current middle school rugby efforts started in 2023 using the non-contact co-ed inclusive T3 rugby format. It has grown over these 3 years to include players from over 10 schools, with over 96% of all players in the league scoring in a game during the 2025 season. Thank you for supporting this league with your presence tonight, and we hope you continue to grow with us in the coming years. So this was spearheaded by Chris Draper. If you are in the central Iowa area and you want to see T3 middle school rugby in your area, get a hold of Chris Draper. Make that happen. So they are going to go sideline to sideline is going to be 30 to 30. So the 30-yard line will be the touch line, and they're going from end to end, sideline to sideline for their touch lines. We're going to keep track of this by 1 point per score. We're going to get underway here shortly. Again, tonight's stream for the B-Side Boys Rugby Podcast is brought to you by Flat Property Solutions. Get a hold of them for all your outdoor and landscaping needs, and also the Wombats Youth Rugby Academy. Check them out this summer for high school rugby opportunities for boys and girls looking for more opportunities. All right, so again, T3 Rugby, it's a 2-touch system. First touch, you can keep running, but you can't score. Second touch is a turnover, so you're not going to see any rucks. You're not seeing anything go to ground. First touch, you have to, so there's one touch. Oh, slips on the grass there, the turf. The rain has stopped, but it is still a little slippery. There's one touch, so you can keep running. Second touch is a turnover. Looking for space on the sideline here. And that's that second touch. So you need that support runner for that second person. All right, so we're off and running. Coles, sorry. Slowing it down, finding space in the middle. Some good passing here. Oh, they're going 20 to 20. Sorry, not 30 to 30, 20 to 20. So that is going to be our first score of the game. So Indianola taking it up slow after Coles scores. Running sideways here. There's one touch. Needs a support player.
Get there, Will.
After this, we will have Indianola's senior night. Followed by the senior night celebration, it'll be Columbus Catholic against Indianola, and then Southeast Polk against Ames, Fort Dodge against Valley, and we end the night with the host, Indianola, taking on Denver. There's the tap, off and running. She's gonna do it herself, but needs that support. Again, first touch, you can keep running, but you can't score. So really, this T3 rugby, we like to use it at the Wombats a lot because it really enforces and teaches people to run that support line, especially as a senior men's club. A lot of guys, once a line break happens, you know, a lot of people are like, hey, just score it on your own. You got to have that support line. Oh, good setup there. Just drops it. Indianola's off and running. Good pass. Look at that loop there. And there's another try. Great play there from Coles. So again, you notice he gets touched. He's running sideways. Passes, loops. That teammate gets touched. But with that loop, he's wide open for the try on the sideline. But again, like I was saying, we use this in our senior men's practice because it really encourages guys to continue to follow and support. Really great game to use, especially when you're not trying to work on your rucks or anything like that, but people are in position. So there's that first touch. Keep running, keep running, keep running. Oh, needed the teammate on that second touch, and he's off. Nice unselfish rugby there. Try awarded. There's a knock on. Coles goes quick tap, and a score. Coles is up 4-0 in our championship match for the T3 Middle School Championship. Finding that space on the side, needs a teammate in support. What's the call? Try awarded. Saw the hand go up. Try awarded.
Come on, guys, defense.
Great to see kids in middle school with a rugby ball in their hands and looking for those rugby concepts at this age. So many of our players in the last 15 years only get 1 or 2 years before they graduate. Now we're seeing kids with 6, 7 years of experience. Look at him. He's calling for support. I need help. I got touched once. There's that. Good communication there from Indianola. It's now 4-2. 40 seconds to go. Going to the edge. Another try. Current score 5-2 in this championship match. Yeah, we're seeing, the Bremer County youth team. They took a U14 team. Played in a tournament last weekend and did really well. So that's going to be a team, that Waverly team next year. Going to be tough. There's going to be kids who've been playing rugby for over 4 years going into their freshman year of high school. Be fun to watch those guys by the time they're seniors. 8, 9 years of experience. There's one touch, needs a teammate to find a pass it to. Intercepted by Indianola. Accidental forward pass there, but there's the final whistle. Coles defeats Indianola in the championship, 5-2. Thank you again to Chris Draper for going from school to school, recruiting kids, setting up the practices, making it happen.
All of the
They had
and their parents and coaches.
There was 5 weeks of competition.
Coach Draper for his effort in organizing.
So shout out to everybody for making that happen. The parents getting them there. They traveled around the metro to make it happen. And we're seeing more and more middle school participation. So now we're going to have senior night.
Rugby Club on Wednesday nights throughout the summer at around 6:30. For a little bit
And again,
of
after senior night, we'll go into Columbus Catholic against Indianola.
Next up, we have Indianola Senior Night. Coaches Bill Fox and Luke Reedman will be presenting the following athletes. First up, Caleb Mikulski, escorted by his grandma Leslie Garrison. Caleb plans to become an athletic trainer, but has not yet picked a school. This is Caleb's 3rd year of rugby. Thank you to Caleb for your investment into Indianola Rugby. Next we have Xander Overton, escorted by his parents Joshua and Megan Overton. This is Xander's 1st year playing rugby. And since he can't repeat high school and continue playing rugby, Xander has decided to attend DMAC with the goal of finding a career based in mathematics. He is also involved in band and wrestling. Thank you, Xander, for your contribution to Indianola Rugby. Good luck to both of you on your future endeavors. Thank you to your parents and supporters. Next up, we have Columbus Catholic and Indianola's first match of the evening. Another proud sponsor of Indianola Rugby. If you happen to need some body work done to your vehicle, head on out to Jack K. Anderson Auto Body. Indianola Rugby would like to thank them for their sponsorship of the team. Ball is kicked into try zone and down. Free kick at the mid-center field. This ball is carried into touch, line out to Indianola. Advantage Columbus. Knock on committed by Indianola. Scrum to Columbus.
All right, and so we have Columbus in the white and green stripes, Indianola the host in the purple and yellow. Sorry about the first minute there. Senior night went a lot quicker than I thought it would. Here comes the scrum. So right now, Indianola is sitting in that 8 seed spot with Columbus in the 7 seed. So some playoff implications here, as these teams are going to want to fight for better positioning in the playoffs. Indianola will end the night against Denver. Denver defeated Columbus earlier in the evening. And Columbus is moving quick here, finding space on the edge, but Indianola forces that tackle into touch.
Ball is carried into touch, line out, Indianola.
They want to go quick, but it doesn't work. Free kick,
awarded to Columbus.
and Columbus is off and running. Some good running rugby. You can hear the field awareness there from the teammates. Stay in bounds. And it rolls into touch. So, due to a high tackle penalty, Columbus gets to keep possession. Getting a little bunched up, a little sloppy. Looked like he was using a teammate as a lead blocker, and that leads to an obstruction call. Penalty on Columbus, so it is a turnover. Indianola with possession. And now Indianola is off and running. Ooh, a hard physical run right in the middle of the field there. Good stop by Columbus, but he's still going. He's still on his feet, churning those legs. Little offload there. So we have a penalty for not rolling away.
Penalty against Columbus Catholic for pushing off the player without the ball.
Unlucky there by Indianola. Knock on. It's going to be a scrum to Columbus. Slow things down a little bit here. And the put by Columbus. Center referee Jeff McHenry is going to restart it here. Not happy with how things are going. Indianola with the steal. Oh, and he finds his own space. Going to center it. And that's a try for the home team, Indianola. Kind of funny there. I don't know if you could hear it.
Conversion is good.
You could hear people, teammates, people in the crowd, sideline yelling, one more pass. They wanted one more pass. Defense kind of slid out there. He found his gap, did it himself. It's called a decoy runner. Have that guy on the outside, opens up a gap for you in the middle. He takes it the distance. All right, about a minute and a half to go in this first half. Gonna kick it deep. Challenge Columbus to go the length of the field, but that's gonna roll into
Ball is kicked into
the try-zone.
Try-zone. Ball is touched down. Columbus Catholic will start at midfield.
So backfires there for Indianola. They wanted to make them go the whole distance. End up, they get a free kick at the 50. Good pressure there by Indianola. Advantage to Columbus.
Advantage to Columbus.
Bringing it back to the penalty.
High tackle is called against Indianola. Penalty to Columbus.
That goes backwards. Referee does a great job communicating to everyone so we know what's going on, especially to those players. Aggressive defense here from Indianola, really messing things up for Columbus, but Columbus retains ball, and we're going back to the original penalty.
Penalty awarded to Columbus.
Short time here.
Dangerous tackle.
Columbus is going to want to try to score, get things close to even, if not even it up. Indianola has other plans. Good backline set here. Oh, unfortunate knock on there by Columbus. And that is halftime.
Knock on Williams.
The home team, Indianola, leads 7-0 over Columbus Catholic going into half. We are at Bill Buxton Stadium at Simpson College in Indianola. Indianola is the host of our event tonight. Turned out to be a good night after we got past that rain shower there, but things are clearing up, feeling good out here. Tonight's stream is brought to you by Flat Property Solutions.
If your dog's looking up
All right, second half is going to get underway here. Indianola with a 7-0 lead over Columbus Catholic. Columbus with the kick.
the ball's kicked
Goes straight into touch, so that's going to go back to the 50 for a free kick. Indianola's ball. Here the coaches from both squads trying to let their team know the strategy, the plan of attack. Oh, some good hard running, but he loses track of where he is, and he goes into touch. That's going to be a line out for Columbus.
Awarded to Columbus Catholic.
All right, so right there, that's going to be a penalty try.
And that ends the match. The game ends in a 7-7 tie.
So with the penalty try, no conversion. It's an automatic conversion. Indianola 7, Columbus 7 ends in a tie game. Up next,
The penalty try results in an automatic conversion for a full 7 points.
we have Southeast Polk against Ames. All right, so this next match is Southeast Polk against Ames. After that, we will have Fort Dodge against Valley, and we will end the night with the hosts taking on Denver. Southeast Polk will be in their white uniforms, while the Ames Atomics will be in the black with the orange. So last match ends in a tie. Again, this stream is brought to you by Flat Property Solutions for all your outdoor and landscaping needs on your property, whether it's your home or your business. Get a hold of Flat Property Solutions here in Central Iowa. Also, we want to thank the West Des Moines Wombats Youth Rugby Academy for being a sponsor of the stream. If you're a high school player looking for more opportunities, more chances to get practice, more chances for tournaments in the summer, check out the Wombats Youth Rugby Academy, coached by multiple West Des Moines Wombats who are current high school coaches, looking to go to Block Party 7s, also going to Scrummerfest 7s, and Iowa Irish Fest. Looks like we have Addison Spear in the center. Again, we are the B-Side Boys Rugby Podcast. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. New episodes weekly on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, where we break down everything rugby that has anything to do with Iowa, whether it's boys high school, middle school touch rugby, men's and women's senior side, collegiate, and we even have, the USA women's team, national team, is playing against Canada down in Kansas City tonight. All right. Southeast Polk kicks it off. Ames feeling the pressure from Southeast Polk. That pressure meeting them behind the gain line. Southeast Polk tries to challenge and contest that ruck, but and a kick for territory here, but that goes into touch.
Ball's kicked into touch, line out to Southeast Polk.
All right, so a short field here for Southeast Polk. About 30 meters to go. So Ames getting pushed back on offense. They're just looking to clear it, get some breathing room, but giving Southeast Polk a short field here with possession will be tough to defend. And there's a good hard line from the runner, and he's going to touch that down center. Southeast Polk is on the board first. All right, and Southeast Polk makes that conversion kick. Quick offload there from Ames, but it does go
Knock on committed by Ames.
forward.
Line out scrum to Sally's Polk.
So again, talking about the connections, to USA Rugby and the Iowa Youth Rugby Association, Rachel Erke, she is coming off the bench for USA Rugby tonight in Kansas City against Canada. She's a 7-time national champion. Oh, there's another great run from Southeast Polk. And another try for Southeast Polk. Yeah, Rachel Erke, flanker, plays for the Denver Onyx, one of their foundational 5. We had her on the podcast a few weeks ago. Great person representing the sport well. She played for West Des Moines Valley in her high school career, and then went to Penn State, and now playing professionally for the Denver Onyx, and still playing for the USA Women's Eagles team. So good luck to them. I think it's on, that kick is no good. I think it's on Rugby Pass. So go check that replay out.
Conversion is no good.
Yeah, they set the record for the most
Ames 0.
highest attendance for a women's rugby match in the United States tonight in this match in Kansas City against Canada. So awesome stuff happening in women's rugby. Again, the Iowa Youth Rugby Association Girls High School League takes place in the fall. So I'm sure in the summer we'll see that start to ramp up. I know I've seen some of the clubs already starting to try to recruit some players before they go on summer break. So Ames trying to make something happen to get out of the shadow of their own goalpost. And unlucky
Ball
there,
taken
steps into touch.
Line out to Sally's Polk. Correction, they take the quick toss in.
Good bit of running there from Southeast Polk, and there's another try. All right, and that kick is no good. Got about 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Ames catches the kickoff, little offload there. Trying to get past the midline here. But that pressure from Southeast Polk is just smothering that Ames attack. And there's a turnover. Turnover, picks it himself, and he takes off weak side. Good chase down effort there from the Ames player, but still goes in for the score. So again, after this match, we have Fort Dodge versus Valley. Valley lost earlier on the night. Fort Dodge with a win. Huge implications here. If Fort Dodge can win this, and Urbandale at a different site goes at least 1-1, I believe Fort Dodge will be in the playoffs. Interesting stuff. I think from a source, Urbandale did defeat Lincoln 7-5, but they still have to play Cedar Rapids, Washington, which is a top 3 team in the state currently. So playoff implications on the line. We'll keep you up to date if we get any updates from the other site. Short time here before halftime. Again, we are the B-Side Boys Rugby Podcast. Check us out. Follow us, like, share, subscribe. on all social media platforms. You can find our new episodes weekly on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. This is the furthest back Southeast Polk has been. Can Ames make something happen while Southeast Polk is on their back foot? Trips him up there. Ames kind of getting bunched up in the middle of the field here. Hard take, but knock forward.
Ball's lost forward. Scrum to Ames.
So we still have time left on the clock. And again, the referee keeps the official time. So even though we hit 0 and the scoreboard might have hit 0, referee says we still got time on the board. Again, this stream is brought to you for free thanks to Flat Property Solutions and the West Des Moines Wombats Youth Rugby Academy. Make sure you give those groups a like, share, and a follow as well. Support the people that support youth rugby. All right, penalty on Southeast Polk. Ames has a great scoring opportunity here. Not 10, so another advantage towards Ames. So he's going to back him up. 5 meters away from that try line.
10 meters.
Southeast Polk just suffocating defense here. But he dives over. Another penalty on Southeast Polk. Some uncharacteristic play here. And a try for Ames.
Scores the try.
You'll love to see that effort there from Ames. They may be down 22-0. But they're going to fight for every opportunity. You're 5 meters away, you see that try line? He's going for it. Defender kind of slips. And the kick is no good. All right, into halftime. Southeast Polk 22, Ames 5. We'll be right back.
22-5.
Again, thank you for joining us tonight on this live stream. Definitely probably made the right call for the first half of the night if you were watching this at home, as we had some crazy rain before the second half hit. But once the rain stopped, the sun came out. We've had some really great rugby tonight. Thank you again, Flat Property Solutions and the Wombats Youth Rugby Academy, for making this possible. We are at Simpson College, Bill Buxton Stadium in Indianola, hosted by Indianola. Halftime here, coming out, Ames 5, Southeast Polk 22. After this, we're going to have Fort Dodge against Valley, and we end the night with Denver against the host, Indianola. Here we go, deep kick. Hard running from Southeast Polk. So even though the rain stopped, that ball is still having people have some problems. Some good running there. Good offload. That Ames team is really bunched up right now. Southeast Polk can't do too much with it, but hey, he finds some space on the sideline. Has one man to beat. Little sidestep, and he's off to the race. Or off to the races. And I think that's Schumacher. Oh, and the unselfish play. Offloads it to his teammate number 11 in the try zone. What a teammate. And that's why you run a support line. You never know when you're going to get a try that easy. Kick is no good.
Conversion is no good. Southeast Polk leads 27-5.
All right, so the score is 27-5 with about 5 minutes to go. Deeper kick, challenging Ames to go the distance here. Southeast Polk brought in some substitutions. Challenging on the wing, breaks some tackles. Oh, and he's just holding on for dear life. Brings him down by a fingertip, but Ames keeps possession. Boots it deep. Now it's a foot race. And Southeast Polk retains that ball. Patient offense there from Southeast Polk.
Advantage to Southeast Polk.
So we're going to bring it back to that high tackle.
Dangerous tackle called against Ames. Penalty to Southeast Polk.
All right, and so here comes the penalty. And they're just going to pot up here. A little offload. Another high tackle on Ames.
Southeast Polk.
Southeast Polk has that advantage. And they're going to bring it back up to the mark.
Penalty awarded to Southeast Polk at the mark for dangerous tackle.
Some good running there from Southeast Polk. Into touch, it's going to be a line out for Ames.
Line out to Ames.
So the victory over Valley tonight and a victory here over Ames, Southeast Polk will move their final regular season record to 8-4. This could get them as high as a 3 seed, probably more of like a 4 or 5 seed going into playoffs. All depends on what everybody else did. But a good way to go into playoffs, defeating Valley, where they were down 10-0 at halftime. They scored 21 unanswered points in the second half.
Knock on. Scrum to Southeast Polk.
And Ames will not qualify for the playoffs, but they'll have an opportunity to compete for the Frontier Cup. And there's a breakaway from Southeast Polk for another try. The kick is good.
This conversion kick is good.
So that makes it 34-5. Southeast Polk on top with about a minute and a half to go. Again, Fort Dodge and Valley will be up next. There's a chance one of those two teams could sneak into the playoffs. All right, so penalty on Southeast Polk. Ames ball. Less than a minute to go.
Knock on by Ames. Scrum to Southeast Polk.
Yep.
Fergus' penalty was for being held up. The tackled player was not able to make it to the ground.
All right. Scrum won by Southeast Polk.
Advantage Ames. Knock on Southeast Polk. Scrum to Ames.
All right, so short time here. Big drive there by Southeast Polk. Southeast Polk wins that scrum there. Good pressure by Ames. And even though there's no time here, Southeast Polk looking to make something happen. Oh, great try-saving tackle there because it looked like he found a gap. Bouncing it back the other way. Just getting a little sloppy, trying to make something happen here on the edge. Some good footwork. And a good tackle there by Ames to stop that attack. Not rolling away, penalty on Ames. Southeast Polk gets the ball. Quick tap. We'll stop and go, and then an offload. Into touch. And that is going to be the end. Final score, Southeast Polk 34, Ames 5. Up next, we have Fort Dodge against Valley. All right, so again, join us this summer for a youth rugby camp. It'll be through Des Moines Public Schools Community Ed, but you do not have to be a student for Des Moines Public Schools to participate. It's open for any 1st through 8th grade boy or girl, July 21st through July 25th, all 5 days from 8:30 to 10:30 a.m. We'll have coaches from the West Des Moines Wombats Youth Academy, coaches in the Iowa Youth Rugby Association High School League. Be a great time, great for beginners. Great for people looking to learn a little bit more. We're just trying to get the rugby ball into more kids' hands before they get to high school. Maybe we'll see some more schools pick up that T3 rugby in their middle school. Be great to see. So check it out. Find the link on the West Des Moines Wombats Facebook and Instagram. You can find it on the B-Side Boys. We shared it as well. Should be a great time. Again, huge matchup coming up next. We've got Fort Dodge against Valley. A win here from Fort Dodge, I'm pretty sure will get them into the playoffs. With Urbandale's victory over Lincoln, I do not think it is possible for Valley to make the playoffs. But they're going to be fighting for pride here. They played Fort Dodge last week. They want to get their get back. They want to be the reason Fort Dodge does not make the playoffs. A great little rivalry budding here between Valley and Fort Dodge. So we'll get started here shortly. Andrew Ridgway is our center referee. Catches it. Valley retaining ball here. Knock on by Valley. It's going to be a scrum to Fort Dodge. So Fort Dodge with the put. They're in their attacking half. Valley watching the weak side pick here.
Good job, Al.
Valley swarms. Looks like a 3-on-2. Finds a gap and he's got support. But Valley cuts that inside, makes that tackle. Four players from Valley bunched up around the tackle. Looks like Fort Dodge has numbers on the wing, but they can't get it out there. And a knock-on by Fort Dodge. Advantage to Valley. And they're going to play on.
To Valley.
Again, you'd like to see Valley get a little more spread. They're bunching up right in the middle. Oh, looked like a gap opened up, but great tackling there by Fort Dodge. And not releasing, penalty on Valley.
Not releasing by Valley. Penalty award.
Quick tap. And that's going to be a try for Fort Dodge. Fort Dodge strikes first. So Valley playing some stout defense there. Once they get that turnover, Fort Dodge capitalizes on the short field. Carlos Elias with the kick.
Conversion is no good.
And it is no good.
5-0.
About 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Got a great matchup so far. Kicking it midway here. Valley drops it, but it goes backwards. They retain ball. A lot of pressure there from Fort Dodge's defense. Trying to make something happen here. Fort Dodge trying to hold him up. That's now a maul. Valley's got to use it. They got to keep moving it forward or get that ball out of there. He goes to ground. That's going to be Fort Dodge's ball. Big heads-up play there by Gavin Peterson from Fort Dodge to make that happen. So that's a free kick to Fort Dodge.
Very often in sevens rugby, but that was a maul. Valley did not keep the ball moving forward. Fort Dodge held them up.
All right, so Fort Dodge drops it. It's going to be advantage to Valley.
Fort Dodge knocked on.
Valley, they need to get out of their own 10-meter line. A really dangerous position to be.
By Valley, scrum to Fort Dodge.
Because again, any mistake gives Fort Dodge a short field, and they're great in these set pieces looking to take advantage here on the short field. That's kind of been the story of Valley's season this year. They've got some great pieces. They've been working hard. They've been playing some great rugby, but they make too many mistakes inside their own red zone, inside their own 22. Short field for their opponent makes it just like that. Easy scores. Fort Dodge, you can't give them a short field because they will do that right there. Find space in the middle. That's a try for Fort Dodge. Kick is no good.
Conversion is no good. Fort Dodge leads 10-0.
So again, very similar to last week's game. Valley giving Fort Dodge a short field, and Fort Dodge making the most of every opportunity that's put right in front of them.
That ball goes straight out of bounds. Free kick awarded to Valley at midfield.
There's the quick tap. Running hard right up the middle. And this is going to get Valley right back in the game. And I talked to head coach Victor Wong in between matches, and he said the one thing he told this Valley team coming in tonight, especially in the rain, and that kick is good, makes it 10-7
Fort Dodge leads 10-7
with about a minute and a half to go. But the one thing head coach Victor Wong of Valley said to his boys, and especially with the rain, he said, fellas, don't force the, okay, he didn't say fellas, he said, guys, don't force the pass and run hard. Two things. And that right there, I think, is exactly what the coaches from Valley have been looking for all night. Put your head down and run. Make the other team make their tackles. They're very capable when they do that. There's a high tackle there.
Tackle called, penalty awarded to Fort Dodge.
Quick tap. Good cut. Offside.
Offside is called against Valley. Penalty awarded to Fort Dodge.
Good bit of individual running there. And look at that. 3 players from Fort Dodge in there for support. Teammate with good communication telling him, go right, go right. The defense is there for Valley. Can they make something happen with matched up numbers? You look for that switch back inside, finding a gap. Meets a tackler. And again, there's that offensive ruck. You have 4 guys set in that offensive back line. Let's see what they can do with it. Looks like we have a 4-on-2, but he tries to take it himself and he gets stopped. Valley is able to match. Diving over on Valley. Short field. Fort Dodge keeps possession here. And a quick little pick and go leads to the try. Fort Dodge is up 15-7 going into the half. We have a kick to come before we go to halftime. Kick is no good.
Fort Dodge leads 15-7.
And it is halftime. Fort Dodge up 15-7. We'll be back in just a moment. Again, go and follow the sponsors of tonight's stream. Flat Property Solutions, and also the West Des Moines Wombats Youth Rugby Academy. Thank you for sponsoring tonight's stream. We are the B-Side Boys Rugby Podcast. Find new episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts weekly. All right, and we're here for the second half of action. Fort Dodge is up 15-7. And so with that being said, we got some news from the other site. Cedar Rapids, Washington has defeated Urbandale 17-7. So that means if Fort Dodge holds on and gets the victory over Valley, they would be in the state tournament over Urbandale. Let's see how things play out here. And that is a high tackle, so the penalty for Fort Dodge, they keep moving on.
Time off.
So the referee is not happy with the repeated infringements. That is a yellow card. So now Fort Dodge is going to have a full 7 against Valley 6. So with the 2 losses, Urbandale tonight moves to 5-7.
Sits out for 2 minutes while his team plays 1 person
right
out.
now. Fort Dodge is 5-5-1. So actually, I think as of right now, oh, there's a big run. There's a line break from Valley. Can he center it? Huge try from Valley, and they are right back in this thing. You're down a man, and instead of going in safety mode, trying to make sure the other team doesn't score, you go and score yourself. What an amazing run from the big man. We call him Big Dom. Great hard running there, gets him right back into this. Here comes the kick from Evan Swain. And if Valley wins this match, and the kick is good. If Valley wins this match, I believe they have a chance to make playoffs as well because they would have 5 wins. Urbandale would have 5 wins. Also, Fort Dodge would have 5 wins, but Fort Dodge and Valley both have a tie game. Urbandale does not. But I don't know who would get in the tiebreaker between Valley and Fort Dodge because head-to-head, they've played each other twice. But first, let's see who wins this match. So, Fort Dodge is up 15-14. Huge tackle by Valley to get Fort Dodge into touch. Now Valley has a shortened field. Here comes the line out from Valley. We have 4.5 minutes to go. Again, a win from Fort Dodge gets them guaranteed into the playoffs. A loss, not sure. One of these teams would make it into the playoffs. Do not know the tiebreaker between the 2 of them. There's a short throw. Not trying to do anything too crazy. Short throw. They keep possession. They're still down a man. Penalty for not releasing on Valley. And Fort Dodge is off and running. Can Valley withstand the disadvantage? 6-on-7 here. Fort Dodge attacking the wing. 2-man tackle, but the offload. And he finds space on the side, and he's going to take it to the center. Huge try for Fort Dodge. They're now up 20-14. Massive kick here. Off the crossbar. So that means with the try and a conversion, Valley can still take the lead.
Fort Dodge leads 20-14.
That kick could have put Fort Dodge up 2 scores, but it is 20-14 with about 3 minutes to go in the match. Valley has all 7 players back on the field. That yellow card is over, so 7-on-7. This feels very similar to a lot of matches that Valley has had. A 1-possession game with the ball, time running down. Penalty on Fort Dodge. Way to catch that ball on the front foot there. Some good support from Valley. Offloading.
Penalty awarded to Fort Dodge.
Big run from Gavin Peterson. Fort Dodge trying to make something happen here on this sideline. Running back in. Less than 2 minutes to go. Valley pretty bunched up by the tackle there. And a quick step. Try saving tackle, offload. And a pick and go in the middle of the field. That's going to put Fort Dodge up by 2 scores. 25-14, a minute and 20 seconds to go in this match. Fort Dodge up 11. Kick is no good.
Conversion is no good. Fort Dodge leads 25-14.
So less than a minute to go. Valley needs to make something happen quick. Try to get the ball back and make something happen quick again. A lot of fight in both of these teams here. So it looks like there is 8 men on the field for Fort Dodge. So free kick to Valley. And just a big hard run there from Evan Caduce. They got to make something happen quick. And that ball is lost by Valley. Advantage to Fort Dodge.
Forward pass is called. Scrum to Valley.
All right, so we're going to have a scrum here to Valley. Probably the last series, the last phase here in the match. And with this victory, Fort Dodge, more than likely, pretty sure they're going to be going to the state tournament. Valley, though, they can compete for the Frontier Cup. Brand new championship this year. Fort Dodge with the steal. High tackle.
Dangerous tackle is called. Penalty to Fort Dodge.
Fort Dodge looking to make something happen here. All right, Fort Dodge has the victory, 25-14 over Valley. And more than likely, I'm pretty sure, that's going to send Fort Dodge to the state tournament. Congratulations, Fort Dodge, on a great season. Also, congratulations to Valley on a great season. Definitely had a tough schedule this year. Some great moments.
Final match of the evening. Again, thank you to
But up next,
Celebrate Construction Incorporated, Joe's Gym.
we have Denver against the host, Indianola, for our main event of the night.
A&W All-American Food, Keller's Garage, and the Stitching Place for your support of Indianola Rugby. Again, thank you to Simpson Athletics for making this facility available to Iowa Youth Rugby Association, hosted by Indianola Rugby.
That was fun, guys. Until next time. I don't have to be all mushy with my goodbye right now.
All right, and again, our last match of the night, the host, Indianola, takes on Denver. We are here at Bill Buxton Stadium at Simpson College in Indianola. Thank you again to our sponsors, Flat Property Solutions. If you need any landscaping, yard work done, get a hold of them. They'll take care of you. And also, thank you to the West Des Moines Wombats Youth Rugby Academy. If you want more opportunities to play rugby this summer, check them out. There's going to be some opportunities for both high school boys and high school girls who want more chances for practice and tournaments. Check them out on social media, the West Des Moines Wombats. More information coming soon. We are the B-Side Boys Rugby Podcast. New episodes weekly on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Give us a listen, a like, share, and a subscribe. And here we go. Last match of the night. Indianola in the purple and yellow kicks off. Denver had a very physical match earlier in the night. They're in the maroon and black in the stripes. Some nice movement with the ball there by Denver. Indianola really bunched up, but they slide that defense. Both teams being patient here, finding their footing. Indianola not backing down on defense, not allowing any big runs, no big line breaks. But Denver being patient, getting support there to set the ruck and maintaining possession. They've been on offense for the entire match so far since that opening kick. But we are going to have a scrum to Indianola.
Scrum to Indianola.
All right, so with the short field, about 25 meters to go. Indianola with the put. So that patience on defense really paid off for them. Indianola wins that scrum, but doesn't get a clean pickup off of it. So it looks like, okay, they do come away with the ball a little messy. They keep it. Good pressure by Denver, but Indianola sets a good breakdown there. Oh, but it's knocked on, but play on, kicks it through. Kicks it again. And again, can he touch it down for the try? Indianola touches it down.
Touches it down in the try zone. This results in a 22-meter drop in kick.
So he kicks it deep. Good little switch there, but Indianola not fooled. That back line is set for Denver. Good cut, good hard running. He's got support. Couldn't find him for the offload, but they're there to set that ruck. Pick and pass. Ooh, what a contact. Both players coming in full force there. We're going to take a quick break. All right, and that player is walking off the field. So a big collision there between two players, both coming in pretty hot. Referees are talking in the middle here about what the next action is, where they're going to go. So the captain's going to talk with the referee. So that is a red card on the player from Indianola who attempted the tackle because he came in high, uncontrolled. He is red carded for that reckless play. Ended up hurting himself in the process. And again, that's why those rules are in place to protect the players. Quick tap there from Denver.
Red card issued to the Indianola player for coming in high in a dangerous tackle situation.
So now Denver is going to play the rest of this match with a 7-on-6 advantage.
That ball is taken into touch, line out to Indianola. In the event of a red card, that player is disqualified from competition, and his team will play one person down.
All right, so we're going to go line out to Indianola. They've got to go the length of the field with one less player that goes over the top. Scrum half is working his hardest to go retrieve his own throw in. Indianola retains ball. Denver swarming, and that ball squirts out, but it is a penalty.
Penalty awarded to Indianola.
I think either playing on the ground or being offsides. Looking for an arm signal there, but we're off and running. Denver comes up and meets him for the tackle. Indianola, they've been stuck in their own 22 for a while now. Can they find some space? They've got good support. That ball's out. They're retaining ball. They're moving ball. Very little meters at a time. Big hard run there. One Indianola player into three Denver players. They're doing a great job keeping possession. Oh, kicks it through. Trying to make something happen. You get a little frustrated there, so you try to kick it through. The referee blows his whistle. And we have a penalty on Denver.
Penalty awarded to Indianola.
Indianola will get the tap here. All right, Indianola's off and running. Again, they're playing a man down, but you can't tell with the way they're playing. Finds a gap, breaks a tackle. He's got support. But that ball sneaks out the side, and Denver gets the turnover. Indianola really bunched up here. Can Denver make something happen with short time? You can hear the sideline going crazy. They know they've got the overload. One man to beat. Oh, and he gets tripped up. But they've got people on the backside if they can bounce it the other way. Sideline going crazy here. We are tied 0-0 right now. Pick and go. Scrappy defense there from Indianola. They're not giving anything away easy. Even with the advantage in numbers, Denver cannot find the space to break through, but they are chipping away. Can they get on this backside? They've got a 2-on-1 over the top. But that loft pass allows him to catch up. And they tackle him into touch. That's going to take us to halftime with a score of 0-0.
That's the end of the first half. Score 0-0.
All right, again, we want to say one more time, thank you to Flat Property Solutions for being a sponsor of tonight's live stream. Flat Property Solutions, get a hold of them in Central Iowa for all your landscaping and yard needs, whether it's your business or your own home property. Get a hold of Flat Property Solutions. Also, thank you to the West Des Moines Wombats Youth Rugby Academy for also sponsoring the stream tonight. If you are a high school player that wants more opportunities in the summer, whether it's practice or more tournaments, high school boys and girls will have opportunities with the Wombats. Check them out on social media for more information. You'll see more things being released soon. So next week, we will be at playoffs. The B-Side Boys will be streaming from the 2A site at Mount Mercy in Cedar Rapids. 1A will take place in Waterloo. So those two sites are split. It'll be Friday night, and then on Saturday will be the Frontier Cup at the Des Moines Rugby Pitch, where the teams that did not participate in 2A and 1A, Quad Cities and Dubuque, and then teams that did not qualify for state can compete for the brand new Frontier Cup. We have 7 minutes left of rugby action on the regular season. Our main event here, the host, Indianola, at Bill Buxton Stadium at Simpson College against Denver. Again, Denver will have a man advantage, 7-on-6. Indianola got a red card for a high, reckless tackle. The head was involved, so automatic red card there. Some great rugby so far. Hey, look, there's head coach Tom McClyman. Hey, good luck at state.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
So the All-Iowa Rugby Tournament in Iowa Falls is tomorrow. Fort Dodge head coach Tom McClyman still plays with the Bremer County Bucks. I'll be playing with the Wombats tomorrow, so we'll see each other around.
Ball's kicked straight out of bounds. Free kick awarded to Indianola.
That's one cool thing about, this high school league. You see all these coaches, the referees, parents. So many people that are involved in this league continue to play at the senior level, men's and women's. Tomorrow in All Iowa, there's going to be 14 men's teams and 4 women's teams competing to be the champion of Iowa. All Iowa is the biggest spring tournament in Iowa. The Hall of Fame ceremony is tomorrow night as well. Really cool celebration of rugby at our senior level. And again, seeing these senior level players are now coaches and referees. awesome to see those players giving back. But tomorrow they'll enjoy themselves on the pitch up in Iowa Falls. We've got about 6 minutes to go here. Denver with the line out. Good bit of movement there. Oh, looking for the loop. Can't quite connect with the timing. So the knock-on will give Indianola the ball. Indianola is playing great, even with a man down. Like I said, you can't tell they're playing with one less person because their defense is flying around, their offense is supporting well. Can they make it happen on senior night? They're pretty bunched up, but that'll allow them to set a nice offensive ruck, retain ball. Good hard running there from Indianola. Another hard run, a little offload there. Sets a good ruck. So that player from Denver was offsides. Tried to kick it through. Came in through the gate illegally. So a quick tap from Indianola, and they are marching. They're inside. They've got 10 meters to go. Who is going to get points on the board first? A little pick and go. Nothing there to the left side, so he works it right. About 8 meters to go. All right, so we got a whistle here. Offsides on Denver. So Denver will be standing on the goal line. Indianola going to put everything into this. Can they take advantage? Can he touch it down? He's got to put pressure applied down. And try awarded for Indianola. They're playing a man down, but they are playing some spirited rugby here. They take a 5-0 lead with about 4 minutes to go. Senior night here at their home tournament. Kick is up, and it's good. Indianola up 7-0. So can they hold on? Can that defense keep pushing? So with about 3.5 minutes to go. 6 guys playing as 7. Do they have enough gas left in the tank to hold Denver out of the tri-zone? Running head start there, a little offload, trying to get it to the wing. Catches it flat-footed, but he finds his acceleration. Offload into touch, and that's going to be Indianola's ball. Or win off of Indianola, so it's actually Denver's ball. The referee, center referee, has a conversation with his AR.
Ball went into touch off of Indianola. Line out.
Huge break here for Denver. A little over 2.5 minutes to go here. Denver needs to find the tri-zone, make something happen here. They go deep. And that loop pass, trying to make the most of their numbers. But Indianola, their defense is looking fantastic. They take them into touch. The crowd's going nuts here. So everyone's getting a little excited here. Referee's going to talk to the captains. And so it's going to be a penalty on Indianola. Referee did not like what he was seeing there, so he's going to award a penalty against Indianola.
Penalty awarded to Denver.
Some running rugby there from Denver, but they go into touch.
Line out to Indianola.
Indianola has a little under a minute and a half. Can they hold on? Can they punch another one in? This has been a fantastic way to end the night here from Simpson College at Bill Buxton Stadium. Again, thank you, Flat Property Solutions and the West Des Moines Wombats Youth Academy for sponsoring the stream. We are the B-Side Boys Rugby Podcast. Check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Couldn't ask for a better main event. Two 1A teams just going at it, punch for punch. Indianola has been playing a man down since about midway through the first half. So now a yellow card. Indianola is going to end the game playing 5-on-7. They are down 2 players. Can Denver take advantage of this huge advantage? 7-on-5 for Denver. A little switch. They run right into where 3 Indianola players are, which means there is space on the wings. Can they find the space? Again, trying to run up the middle, little offload, running right into the defense. You hear the coach is just yelling, get it out, because look at that space. He finds it, touches it down. There's a try for Denver, but they're still down 2 points. Here comes the kick. Due to injuries and cards, not sure how much time is left for Denver. But that kick is no good. Indianola is going to win their senior night match at home. 7-5 with only 5 players on the field. What a match for Indianola to end the season, the regular season like that. Up next, we have playoffs. Again, the B-Side Boys live stream will be at Mount Mercy for the 2A state tournament next Friday night. 1A will be in Waterloo. Follow the B-Side Boys on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Follow us on YouTube to make sure you don't miss us when we go live. I've been Ryan Gray. Thank you for joining us. We'll talk about all this stuff on next week's episode of the B-Side Boys podcast. Thank you again, everybody. Have a great night.
Travels home.